Good morning, Freedom Church. My name is Florent and I'm part of Freedom Kigali. Today we are reading Psalm 139 and Psalm 140, and I'm so excited and honored to speak to you, and I believe God is going to speak to us. You are going to read 140 on your own, and I'm going to dive into 139 right now, from verse 1 to 7, and I will go to 23. Let's go. It says, you have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? And verse 23 says this: Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. You know, verse 23 caught my attention. David says, test me and know my anxious thoughts. You know, when I hear this word test me, I remember in the Bible, the story of Job. God allowed Job to lose everything. His kids, his possessions, his everything he had, you know, all his richness. And he was really a guy who had like almost everything, what the world can call everything. And he lost everything. And when I read that, I said, God, this is really not fair. How can you do this to a man how can you allow this to a man who didn't do anything wrong? And, you know, when we read Psalm 24, the verse 1 says, you know, the earth is the Lord's and everything in it is the Lord's. Even the people in the world actually belong to God. And you know, I just got this revelation, you know, that actually Job had nothing. Everything he had is the Lord's, because everything in this world is the Lord's. And, you know, I was saying this is not fair, but, you know, God is sovereign. And everything we have in this world is actually not ours. Even your children. I know it's a bit scary, but it is true. Your children are not yours. You're just a steward. We're just stewards in this world. So that's why David came and said, test me, know my anxious thoughts. So he was so confident enough, so bold enough to actually to ask God, test me. And I remember this verse that says, where your treasure is, there your heart is also. And it is very true. David knew that his treasure was not on earthly things, on his possessions, in his richness. David knew that he had nothing. And that's why he was so confident enough to pray this prayer, say, God, test me, test me. I know my thoughts, I know my heart is not on earthly things. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. So I want to ask you this question today. What are you afraid of losing? What are you afraid of losing? In other words, where is your heart? Where is your treasure? What are you afraid of losing? Or what are you afraid of not achieving in life? What depresses you? What really, you know, keeps you awake at night? That is going to show you where your treasure is and where your heart is. And today, can you pray this prayer today? Like David did. Test me, God. I know, test me. I know my anxiety. This is a question that I'm leaving with you. And I believe God is going to reveal some stuff. And you're going to see that, hey, actually, I thought, you know, the reason why I'm depressing is because I thought I had things. You know, I don't want to lose this. I don't want to lose that. You have nothing. What do you have? You know, sometimes you can say people who pray these kind of prayers, they have nothing to lose. What do you have? You have nothing. I have nothing, you know. And that's why David was so confident in saying, test me, God. So go ahead and pray that prayer today and say, God, test me. That's how you're going to see where your treasure is. Have a good day. Read Psalm 140. God bless you.